Hello and welcome to Wibbs' Album of the Year, Vinyl Edition. I'm going to run through my top 20 records of the year. Starting with EP, Assahaden from Germany. This is a weird kind of two song EP where the second half of it is just sounds of stormy seas and stuff, which is kind of relaxing. But the first half is my most played song of the year. That's Nimmermehr. Beautiful atmospheric black metal from Germany. Okay, number 20 in the albums. Envy from Japan is one of my absolute favorite bands. Why is it number 20? Because it's half the length of a normal Envy album. It feels more like an EP. It's great, but you get to the end of it and I'm like, where's the other half, guys? Come on. All right, Aristarchos, Martyr of Stone and Fire. This is Scottish black metal from the Almighty Vendetta Records. It's fucking incredible for fans of the great old ones. I say that kind of doomy kind of feel to it. Not doomy, dread-laden, I guess, is probably more what I'm talking about. It's not slow. All right, Defacement. This is some fucking brutal death metal, Dissident, from the Netherlands, I think they're from. And it's incredibly good. It's not just completely bludgeoning. It has a lot of kind of atmospheric space and almost kind of melody and kind of bits that kind of rock. It's weird, but it's fantastic. All right, this is a really weird one-man project from Austria. This is Narcissus, Act 3, Erla's song. Just one guy playing loads of different instruments, all sorts of interesting kind of different musical elements introduced into a black metal record. But there's even this kind of flamenco piece that everybody talks about. It's wild. Check it out. Iga. This one should probably be a bit higher, but I just got it the other day. It's just amazing atmospheric black metal from the Swiss masters of the genre. Okay, Harbinger of Woe by Brodequin. This is brutal death metal. There's no fucking around. It's just blasting all the way through, and it's fucking excellent. Svedestada. Candela. This is kind of black metal meets screamo from Spain. Gotta love it. Absolutely fantastic record. Okay, I have been a big stan of these guys for a long time now. This is Feartan. They are a German black metal band. The album is Ethos. They got really aggressive on this record. It's heavier, it's darker than what they've done before. The violin is a permanent fixture. It's a really good black metal record. I love this one. All right, from Porto, Portugal, Garia, Coma. They're just taking it to new heights. They're kind of post-black metal sound, and this one's kind of even more emotive and melodic and maybe a bit accessible than previous records. Really fucking good. Solbrud 4 from Denmark. This is an interesting concept album where each of the 4 members of the band composed a quarter of the record. So each of the 4 elements, each of the 4 members of the band composing everything. It's very long, but it's extremely good Danish atmospheric black metal if you like Solbrud, if you like Afski. He is a member of this band. Orm, it's in that vein. All right, the top 10. Ulcerate, Cutting the Throat of God from New Zealand. What can I say? Jamie Samarat, as I said in the podcast, he's the fucking man. He's the best drummer around as far as I'm concerned. This is a continuation of what they did on their previous offering, Staring to Death and Be Still, which is one of my favorite albums of the decade so far. This is just basically the same. It's very, very, very cool. All right, The Woad. Probably butchering the pronunciation of that. The album is called The Mother. This is Dutch black metal. It's extremely cool. Check it out. Death Thrash, Oxygen Destroyer. Yeah, just relentless riffs, blasts, cool, screechy vocals, and kaiju subject matter. It's just fantastic. I mean, what's not to like? All right, Opeth, The Last Will and Testament. Still kind of wrestling with how I feel about this one. I think it's very, very good. Where will it ultimately land in the Opeth canon? Obviously, it's nice to have Kyle's death metal vocals back. But having said that, you know, I think In Code of Venom was fucking brilliant, and his vocals never sounded better. I don't know that they necessarily have to have death metal vocals to be good. The last couple of albums have been pretty good in my opinion. But anyway, this is also very good. Does it work? I don't know. Years will tell. All right, number 6, Seer Bliss. This is the Hungarian progressive black metal group that have been around for a very, very long time, early 90s, I think. The album is Heavenly Down. If you like brass bands in your black metal, there you go. All right. Number 5, Glassing. From the Other Side of the Mirror. It's kind of post-hardcore, post-metal, screamo stuff. Quite difficult to categorize, but very accessible, very cathartic, very influenced by Sunbather, I would say. It's really nice. Alrighty, so this is Despondency Chord Progressions by Selbst. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful black metal album from Venezuela / Chile. I really, really, really love the guitar playing on this album. I think that's the thing that makes it the most for me. It's just some really, really nice melodic solos, and just generally just beautifully executed. Wonderful, wonderful album. All right, number 3, Aquilus. This is Bellum 2, the 3rd album from the one-man project out of Australia. I call this atmospheric black metal in the style of Opeth. You will hear and see what I mean if you listen to this record. It's very long. It's got some really, really long songs, but lots of really, really beautiful kind of, you know, transitions from heavy to acoustic, piano pieces, a lot of mandolin in here. It's just gorgeous, beautiful album. And then number 2, The Mode, The Deepening. This came out in January. This is the Norwegian atmospheric black metal band. This was my number 1 album for basically the entire year, until it was deposed right at the end. But under any normal circumstances, this would be a number 1 record. It is just an incredibly emotive, sad, maybe a little bit, uplifting, kind of, but not like gloomy or depressing, just kind of somber. There's something about the mood of this album that really resonates with me. It's just lovely, lovely. And then finally, the number 1 album of the year. I think this is basically finding that spot on a lot of people's lists. It's Absolute Elsewhere by Blood Incantation. Again, for me, just really a kind of logical progression of this band's sound. Like, just love what they're doing. Like, I love all of their records, but this one retains a lot of the, you know, the really heavy death metal that makes this band so great, but at the same time has a whole bunch of really, really fucking weird and interesting progressive elements mixed into the 2 20+ minute long tracks. Just, I mean, they're just awesome. They do whatever they want to do. They do it all. They're beautiful. So if you want to hear more in-depth discussion about any of these records, definitely check out our podcast on Spotify. We did a 2-part episode of our top 10s where my top 10 and Derek's and Mauricio's all got covered as well. So check that out on Spotify. It's here on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. So have a listen. Thanks for joining.